What if I told you this entire content system runs by itself? Today I'm going to walk you through one of the most powerful automation workflows I have built. Every day, it finds rising query search trends, gets them human approved, turns them into AI written blogs completed with auto-generated visual mermaid diagrams, and then publishes the best ones to LinkedIn automatically. No dashboards, no micromanaging. This entire system runs automatically on a schedule with humans in the loop, only where it really matters. Let's break this down step by step. This whole thing starts every morning at 10 a.m. with a schedule trigger. First, I pull already approved rising queries from Google Sheets. This acts as a deduplication layer so we never reprocess the same trend twice. Next, a code node reads and formats that data so that other nodes can actually understand it. Now comes the fun part. I inject 10 seed keywords, basically the topics I want to track. After I add the seed keywords, I don't send them straight to one trends request. And there's a very specific reason for that. SerpAPI only allows one Google Trends category per request. You can't query multiple categories in a single node. So instead of fighting that limitation, I design around it. I send the same 10 seed keywords into 3 separate split nodes, each one preparing the keyword for a different category. Each split feeds into its own SerpAPI Google Trends search node. So I'm effectively running the same keywords across 3 different trend categories in parallel. Once those 3 searches finishes, I merge all the results together in a single stream. From there, the workflow continues as if it were one clean dataset. But now it's richer, broader, and category aware. At this point, I check one thing. Did I get the data or not? If the response is empty, boom, I get an email instantly telling me something broke. But if data exists, in the next code node, I grab the top 10 rising queries, clean them up, and structure them properly. Now, this goes to a human approval step. I send these keywords via Gmail using a send and wait node. So the automation literally pauses until it receives a response from approver. Once the reply comes in, another code node checks approve or rejected. If approved, the data goes straight into Google Sheets. If rejected, the response comes with either formatted or free-form comments. In the next node, I validate whether the comment follows this format, keyword, rising queries, value. If the format is broken, an AI agent is invoked to restructure the response into a compliant format. Once formatted, the data is uploaded to Google Sheets. This guarantees data integrity, even when human doesn't follow formatting rules. Next, at 4 p.m. every day, the second part of workflow kicks in using a schedule trigger. It pulls the approved data from Google Sheets. Then, an AI agent takes over and generates blog outlines, LinkedIn post, LinkedIn carousel outlines, and hashtag. Now, here's where human control stays intact. The system sends 10 separate emails, one block per email to the approver. The approver replies with either approve or rejected with feedback. Next, a Gmail trigger reads that reply. I strip out all the email noise using a code node, and then a text classifier reads the actual message to figure out if it's an approval or a rejection. If it's approved, the content gets saved to Google Sheets. If it's rejected, the feedback goes straight to the AI agent. The AI revises the content, then a code node reformats it, and the workflow sends it again for approval. This loop continues until the content is approved. No manual chasing, no copy pasting, just clean automation. This is the final part of the workflow. The schedule trigger is set to get triggered once a week. It pulls the last 7 days of approved blog content from Google Sheets. A code node structures the data and select the top 3 blogs based on keyword search volume. Now, here's the cool part. An AI agent takes each of those blogs and generates the full long-form blog and a mermaid diagram generated directly from the prompt to visually explain the concept. That mermaid diagram is then passed to a code node where I convert it into base64 and bundle it together with the blog content as a single structured payload. Before anything goes out, I store both the blog content and the base64 diagram in Google Sheets. So everything is versioned and traceable. Next, an HTTP node converts the base64 image into binary, and I send the email to the approver with both the blog content and the rendered diagram attached, not just text but visuals too. At this point, the approver can respond with only 2 options: approved or rejected. A Gmail trigger captures that response, parses it, and sends it to a text classifier. But if it's approved, this is where automation really shines. The workflow pulls that exact LinkedIn content back from Google Sheets, grabs the stored base64 diagram, converts it into binary, marks the content as approved, and then instantly publishes both the content and the diagram to LinkedIn. No copy paste and no manual uploads. This setup saves hours every week while keeping quality high. So yeah, that's how I turn trends into content without chasing dashboards, writing drafts, or copy pasting anything. Most of the pipeline runs when I am offline. Trends come in, content goes out, approvals stay clean. Every step is automated, every decision decision is traceable, and nothing ships without human approval. If you are serious about building production-ready AI workflows, this is the level you should be aiming for. See you in the next one. Till then, take care.